All right, so let's talk a little bit about turning in assignments and things like that. One of the first assignments we have in Access is actually the name turn in. Now, it's a little different than the other assignments. The other assignments involve us basically uh, submitting assignments, whereas this one, you're actually just going to hit the submit button, which I don't have on this screen, but you'll see it on yours, and a box will pop up. You type in a little bit about yourself, name, major, little blurb of information, and you hit submit one more time, and it'll submit it. If you go to grades, you should see like a little piece of paper or a little check mark or a little something next to that assignment that's listed there. Now, for a lot of these assignments, if it's from the book or a handout or something like this, I have to physically grade it. So you'll turn it in, and what's going to end up happening is, on the weekend or during the week, if I get time, I will grade it and post the grade. Now, should you turn in something that's messed up, the way I generally do it is it depends on how the class is going, but if it's physical or if it's hybrid, if it's online. But basically, usually you have until the test date. So if I give, let's say, a couple of assignments every week, and you mess up on an assignment, you get the grade back, and it's 5 out of 10. Well, usually I'll leave a note saying what you messed up on. And if you fix it, turn it back in, I will regrade it and give you your points back that you missed. Because I figure, if you messed up, you went back, you saw what you messed up on, you fixed it, well, you learned something. And you corrected what needed to be corrected, so I'll give you those points that you missed. And I'll do that all the way up to the test. Once we hit test time, then any assignments are zeroed if you haven't turned them in. If you turned it in and didn't do it correctly, then, well, you don't get a chance to turn those in again. Once test date arrives, all the assignments for that chapter need to be turned in if they haven't already been turned in. Need to be corrected if they haven't been corrected. Because if the tests are turned in, it's over with. I will go into grades and just start, if I don't see anything turned in, 0, 0, 0, 0 straight down the line. And that is a surefire way to fail a class if you don't do the assignments. Now, of course, in this class, since the assignments are very tied into how well you're going to do on the test normally, if you do the assignments, you will do well on the test because that's how it's built. Everything we do in the assignments is practice for the test. If you don't do the assignments, then more than likely you're going to bomb the test. You'll bomb both sides of things. Now, even if you made a perfect 100 on that test, but you didn't do any assignments, you would still probably not pass, strictly because, well, the assignments are like 40% of the grade or something like that, and the tests are 60-ish. So you would end up probably not having enough points but by the time you got to the end of it if you didn't do the assignments. Now, there are a couple of different ways the assignments work. There are the book assignments, which are in the book. Specifically on this page, follow these directions. Here's the file you need, and I will give you the files that you need. You just simply have to open it, save it. That's very important. Save it to your flash drive, or if you're using your personal computer, save it to your documents or somewhere you know where it is. Very often it ends up saving to like downloads or some other folder. You always want to make sure you know where it is. File, save as, save it somewhere. Then you start to work. Once you finish following all the directions, you save it, and there'll be a little place for you to click Browse and Attach File, and then you just attach that file and submit it. Now that's one way, and of course I will have to grade that physically. Now the other way would be through SAM. SAM is the Cengage software that's kind of built into the class. Effectively, you'll click on a link, and there are two types of SAM assignments. One is training, which basically will just kind of be interactive videos, and then you have to kind of mimic them in another kind of simulation window. So you watch the video, you move ahead, and there's a little practice where you can still kind of go along with the video, but you get to interact. And the last part is the one that actually counts. I'll get more into that later. But the apply portion, you do it without any help. and then it'll give you a little check mark. When you finish that, it automatically grades and posts the grade, and everything's great. Most cases. Occasionally it screws up and doesn't post the grade, but if that happens, I'll look at it manually. Now the other type of SAM assignment is a project. You'll download a file and some instructions from there after you click the link, and you just basically just do like you would in the book. The difference there is you'll submit it to Cengage, the file, after you've named it correctly, and that's the first direction. Change the name to this. And then you finish it, you submit it, and immediately when that happens, there'll be like a view report button. If you skip that and close it out, you no longer have access to that report. So always make sure you look at the report right as soon as you turn it in. And if you go to the bottom, there'll be like a little kind of red report button. If you click that, it will tell you exactly which directions you messed up on. It'll give you your grade automatically, and you can fix it. I think you get up to like 5 attempts for them. For me, for the book work, you can have as many attempts as you want up to test day. But for Cengage specifically, they only allow up to 5. So if you see what you did wrong, fix it. Now sometimes, like you'll mess up on like naming a table or something, and that will cause everything after that to be wrong, even though you did it right. Let's say in my example earlier, I had airplanes and things like that. In one example, I do airline, right? Let's say it was supposed to be airline, and I misspelled it and called it airlane. Now I did every single direction about building that table, filling it out, doing whatever I need to do, but I misspelled the table. It's going to say every one of those directions are wrong because it's looking for the airline table. It's looking for you doing this one direction in the airline table. Once you fix that one thing, everything else might fix too. So go down the list, start at the top, and fix things. And once you think you fixed everything, save it, turn it in again. And then it'll regrade it. And if you run into any problems, you can of course always ask me. That's effectively how you turn in assignments. And there'll be, like I said, several per week usually. The name turn in is one of the first ones. If you have like a message board or anything like that, you can actually come down here and leave messages. Sometimes that could be an assignment for a week. It depends on what we're doing. But we will have assignments, some from the book, some from Sam. Some will just be handouts that or databases that I've created myself. It depends on the project. And when we get to Excel, it'll be kind of the same thing. Although Excel is much easier to deal with once you've made it through Access. Well, that is roughly how you kind of turn in assignments. If you have any questions about that, feel free to ask and let me know.